Hi, my name's John. I'm making a series of videos called How to Drive in a Straight Line. In these videos, I'm going to teach 300 million people in North America how to drive a car better. Not good, just a bit better. 10% better. 10% because it's doable. 10% less deaths, 10% fewer injuries, 10% less cost, 10% less environmental damage, and we're going to save 10% of the fuel consumption of North America, all for free. This will cost nothing because all we're going to be doing is driving a little bit better. Now, I know what you're thinking. I'm a grumpy old guy and I'm just going to tell you to drive slowly. Well, okay, I am a grumpy old guy. But no, I'm not going to tell you to drive slowly. In fact, I'd like you to drive a little quicker. Now, quicker doesn't mean going faster. In this case, it just means wasting less time. Okay, so what's the first step? Everyone gets their eyes tested. I bet you didn't see that coming. Everyone gets their eyes tested. Now, the reason I bring this up first is because we can't even talk about driving the car unless you at least have reasonably good eyesight to identify hazards and the spaces between them. We have to look at the space, identify that space, look at the hazards that might be involved, and drive through that space. And if there is no space, then we have to leave ourselves enough time to stop in time. Is there someone in your family, perhaps an elderly family member, who you kind of know can't see very well, especially at nighttime, who probably shouldn't really be driving, but Granddad just bought a new minivan just to drive your kids around? Possibly this minivan driving on a snow-covered road at nighttime in a dark highway, and the headlights aren't switched on, because I can see that because the taillights aren't switched on and they are covered in snow anyway. So this is kind of an easy thing to fix, but we really do need to fix it. Now, in this province, I haven't been required to have an eyesight test for 50 years. It's kind of the honor system. Now, obviously, I've taken care of it. I mean, I've absolutely lost track of how many times I've had eye tests and new prescriptions, but somehow it's okay to put your family into a minivan driven by someone who can't see. But would you load your family onto a jet aircraft, and if you knew that the pilot hadn't had his eyes tested in 50 years? I just don't think so. So maybe you're going to need to think about this. $500,000 injuries. 1 minute your teenager is playing sports, and the next minute they're in a wheelchair for life. Life-changing for the family, never mind the unfortunate victim of a car crash. So the dollar figures, the healthcare costs, the rehab costs of these sometimes catastrophic injuries, well, it's obviously insanely expensive that we could put that little bit of extra effort into our driving to reduce the number of injuries by 10%. And by the way, this 500,000 injuries, that is the 10% of 5 million injuries. What does that cost? We've really got to work a little bit harder to avoid these crashes. Make sure your teenagers always wear their corrective lenses while driving. No cheap sunglasses. Now, I wonder how many people are driving around who know they need new glasses, but just can't afford them. Now, I know what you're thinking. If you can afford to drive a car, you've got to be able to afford a pair of new glasses. Well, just hang on a minute. What if you can't afford to drive a car, and in fact you walk to work, and when you get there, your job is driving a delivery truck all day? Can we learn how to switch on your lights? Daytime running lights can trick you into thinking that because your dash is lit up, your headlights are lit up. Not the case. Switch on your lights. If your car has an auto setting, just put it there and leave it there. That way, you won't be driving down the highway at night in a blizzard without your taillights on. Switch your lights on. Clean glass, clean lights, clean mirrors. It's essential. And one more thing about vision. The hoodie. Peripheral vision, blocked by the hood. You're inside a car. You don't need to be wearing a hoodie. You're not a gangster. Just lose the hood, please. See and be seen. Get your eyes tested and always wear your glasses. Switch on all the lights and keep them clean. Clean windows, inside and out. And this should go without saying, but obey your local laws. Episode 2, coming soon. 5 reasons to hold the steering wheel at 9 and 3. Reason number 2 will shock you. Subscribe. Thank you.